All right, Charlie, mate. Well done, hey. So freaking cool. Said this a few times about cars, like we really do like most cars that roll out of our shed, but this one would have to be my personal favourite, I think, to date so far. The colours, there's been a few little risky moves with it, but the colours, I think the machine face methods just really make it pop. We haven't seen any of the ARB side steps and rails for a little while. They've been out of stock for quite some time, so getting them back in with the powder coat mixed with the chrome and all the CJ up on top. We've done the black paint around the side, white internals on that. Big Norweld canopy with the paint and our big premium interior pack. Got all the carpet inside, Red Arc's Red Vision system. I mean, look at this. This is as much comfort as you can get in a canopy, I think. This is obviously, it's a 1900 canopy like all our other ones, made by Norweld up in Cairns. And we've gone with the Bushman 130. We've got room to put another little fridge back here. At the moment, because we're running the outboard slide, which is a removable slide, we put generally like the fuel can or something back here. You can fit like a little 40-litre fridge back there too if you wanted to. This is all mounted onto the Creative Conversions 650 chop and extension. We've gone with the 4495 and 3.5 tonne tow. Charlie is towing a brand new brooder, so it's going to be one hell of a combo heading down the highway. We've got all matching wheels and tyres on the brooder too. Similar colour theme as well. It's going to look, so we'll post up some photos when it's all together. Yeah, so that you guys can see the combo. Quick pitch awning up on top. The Almac boat loader. We obviously, brackets, I know I've spoken to you guys about this before, but brackets are something not to be taken lightly. We do fabricate all of our own brackets in-house to suit the awning, the placement, positioning, exactly where it needs to be. It's normally the weakest part of the awning system, so it needs to be mounted really, really well. These aren't for sale. These are something that we make in-house for our customers in our builds. We have to adapt it correctly to the loader, to the canopy to give it all the strength it needs. It's a 3.7 metre Creekmaster up on the roof. That's a bit of gear in itself. We've done a few little cool extra bits and pieces of that tinny. Got wide gunnels on it and stuff like that. We've got, obviously, a few of you probably pick up, we've got the wider roller to suit with that wide gunnel as well. Almac outboard slide. This is the Gen 2 model. We've also painted it black. Anything painted lasts longer. Just look after it, obviously, but it looks a lot better. You won't get any of the corrosion speckles or anything like that on the painted surface. Same with the canopies. It's why we paint the canopies too. If you want to be constantly maintaining a canopy after hitting the salt on the beach and stuff, then go right ahead, but we prefer the full canopy painted, colour coded. Looks nicer, sort of holds to the value of the rest of the car as well. It's a 20 horsepower Suzuki. This one's a manual start, long shaft. The more of our tinny packages are a long shaft transom. We can still do more so because a lot of tinnies need the long shaft transom to have a 4-person capacity. The Creekmaster and the Nomad are both 4-person capacity on a long shaft transom. So if we can squeeze in a long shaft outboard, then we will. I know it takes up exactly 125 mil more than a short shaft. If 4-person rating isn't something that you really need, then go back down to a short shaft. It also gives you a little bit more peace of mind, like you've got a taller transom, a little bit more buoyancy, I suppose, stop any waves from spilling over the back. A lot of our customers prefer that sort of feeling, so we go with the long shaft. But all of King suspension we fit up and tune in-house here, depending on how the car's sort of positioned and what sort of weights it's going to be carrying. It looks the part. Just above those machine face methods. Inside, it's we've gone with the black duck 4 elements in this one. All the rest is pretty standard for our bits and pieces. We've got the Safety Dave full-time camera system. We've also got the tow bar plug for the brooder, XRS GME, torque converter lockup kit button, Red Arc Tow Pro, We've got the Airbag Man wireless inflation gauge as well. It's part of our new kitting, I suppose. Gen 2 clear views. We've got a 100-watt solar panel on the roof, little Narvis LED floodies on each side. They're all powered through the Red Arc Red Vision system. You can control them from your phone as well if you needed to. And we come up the front. This is the diesel power unlimited package. I know I've been through the performance with you guys before. It is something that we sort of take quite seriously. A lot of yous, the 200 series drives really well as a standard car, and they still drive well if we don't touch them. It's just we're adding about a tonne of load to a factory wagon once we've got a canopy, bits and pieces, bigger wheels and tyres, bar work. That's not even taking into account like a tinny or an outboard. So the performance that we do is more so to get them back up to spec to how they should drive, and a little bit better mileage as well. If you're not on the foot all the time, you do have more power, so you tend to actually use more of the power all the time. But high flow intercooler for highway efficiencies when towing. It really comes down to, like, a lot of the certain items here aren't going to give you more gains on the dyno or anything like that, but what a high flow intercooler does is that it helps with efficiency at highway speeds when you're towing, with the temperatures and stuff like that. So if you find that you're towing big loads constantly all the time, we might even have to go to the next step from a high flow cooler and add some thermo fans, and maybe even a bigger trans cooler. Certain things, like we tow a boat, it sort of sits a bit above 4 tonne, and we've found that it wasn't a necessity, but if we were constantly towing around 100k an hour, 110k an hour, pulling that sort of load, then the thermos and the trans cooler was something that stopped it from derating in power, especially in the hotter temperatures up north. And but we weigh those sorts of things up with you. If you're towing 3.5 tonne or up to 3.5 tonne, this is the sort of kit that you need in your car. You'll love it. Good power. Yeah, ARB bar work in our black powder. It comes up a treat, hey, all matching up with the side steps. Gen 2 clear views, and yeah, we put everything obviously on Deutsch and Anderson plug connections so that you can remove everything if need be. If you need to get to the roof, clean the roof, everything can be disconnected. Same with the canopy, everything disconnects. I'll show you in here as well. This is our new little kitting. Not new, but we've been doing them in quite a few cars now. It's an exclusive sort of Airbag Man system that we're running in here. We've got twin pumps, a wireless inflation kit, and a 4-litre air tank mounted on the back of the box. We've gone down this path. It does flow about 1/3 faster than a twin ARB pump, and we've also done it this way, as this is a completely removable item. If you need to service it or get to it, or if you damage the box, you can pull it out, change all the parts over. If you end up changing from a full-time canopy to a removable tray base, we can also accommodate that, because it's always mounted in this toolbox. You'll always have constant airflow. Yeah, that's sort of it. I think I've covered anything, guys. If you've got any questions about this one, drop a comment, give us a call. Absolutely stunning. Thanks, Charlie. You're a legend, mate. Happy travels.